Thank you. A moment, please. Would you do the honors?
Arthur? Tenno. Forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave. Without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Kalemos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, he'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Tick-tock, kiddo. You don't want to be late again, do you?
The Jahu gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what form will do to help us. Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but given how he used people and threw them away, he may not have cared for your safety. If that gargoyle is a threat, you must take it from the sanctum immediately. Now, activate it.
At last! If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tenno, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lloyd, let them figure it out. Hello! Wake up, Tenno! That's it. Almost there. That's the right direction. Oh, who's a good biped? Yes, here, in the jar. What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain. Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht used you to give the Kavia a voice, just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then, the best of what's left. Clearly, Papa's plan was countered. Color me surprised. Right then, we may proceed with the sequence.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in the sequence?
Indeed we have. Oh, come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spared the rod and spoiled. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of the indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Tenno, the grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run it on.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the Kavia, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk! I can talk! Hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
Papa is gone. We could all be gone too. In an instant. Like... We have to keep quiet.
Okay.
Allow me to boil this down for you. Should the indifference's corrupting touch reach us and take back our speech, we would be screwed. So, and eradicate the murmur in this patch before the big bad gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
Tenno, there is some truth to what the fish says. That page was the last thing my Albrecht ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading his endless self-justifications, I hid it away instead. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
So long as the indifference is missing a digit, it is confined to the strands of Kra. Don't ask, your tiny mind would likely pop under the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of Kra are merely void renderings of the chains of cause and effect. Conceptually embodied timelines, if you will.
Papa's daughter excelled at explaining complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it. us are moments away from an extinction grim, black, and final. So, if you would be so kind, finish up so I can point you toward that sodding page! It was a long walk towards competence, but here you are.
How about you give me the page instead, kiddo? Consider it part of our deal.
It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Fell hand raps upon the untimed door, and sans Grimoire, we are undone! Weeping Rumble!
Tenno, are you there? Oh, thank Void. Listen, the Murmur diverted your extraction jump. We need you back at the Sanctum, now! Hurry! It took my future. It's taking the labs inch by inch. Well, I won't let it take his bloody Carvia!
The sodding indifference seeks a path through the walls, and then, Tenno, through you! Keep it at bay! The strand holds. The indifference approaches. Soon, it will take on mass. grimoire must speak with its own voice.
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer it in my stead. On your first, I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
Stillness. Tenno! No. Operator.
The strand of Kra has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. He said, my last sight of your face must not be marred by tears.
We had a deal. The deal was shook. A little handshake, all it took. Though from the deal, the wee child ran.
Yet still, the end has re-began.
One must make the best of things. You've met the animals? The catastrophe Albrecht saddled me with? Well, any ideas? Their roles were intended to be filled by qualified personnel. People! Instead, we have this. It's bad comedy. They're imprinted with whatever information they need to function, and an understanding of our current state of affairs, including Albrecht's absence. They were sent into the Void using a bell of the same design that Albrecht initially used. The Void got in, somehow. Again. One of the animals was lost, and the rest came back like that. We placed them in stasis, pending a proper examination. For them, the disaster, intelligence, and selfhood all occurred only hours ago. They're psychological shrapnel. And they're all we've got. See what you can do with them. I simply do not have the time. To do what you do would vex my sanity, Tenno. We appreciate it. Be patient with me, Tenno. I am still adjusting to this era. Splendid. Sometimes I wonder how much of this Albrecht saw coming. And then I try not to think about it. I'll just put this all back then. Ah, a fresh opportunity to continue my Albrecht's work. Research keeps the Kavia busy, and that keeps them off my back. The debris of monstrousness. Let us learn from it. This ought to keep the group cohesive. I hear his voice sometimes when I walk these halls alone. Quiet, entreating. Very good, Tenno. All satisfactory, I trust.
Pull it together. Do it for her. Pull it together. 1 minute, I existed only to eat and flee and breed. The next I was me. But Min, did Min have time to be Min? Before she and I, we were the last. Did you know that? Without her, there's no more us. No more Tagfer and Min. No soft calls. No gentle nuzzling muzzle. No little Tagfers. No little Mins. Ever. Fibonacci says we have to trust that it's all part of Papa's plan. How? Why? And now I have a purpose. So the fish says, to help you in the ways in which I have been instructed. But all I want is to be with her. Min. Papa never wanted anyone to know what he was up to. That's why he built the Netracells. Little hideaway vaults. Not even Lloyd knows what he got up to in there. I want to know. I can get you into the anchor hold, where Albrecht stored all his key glyphs. They're on a rotation timer. Only one Netracell can be opened at any given time. And before you can do that, you've got to find the Netracell and neutralize any opposition. Impossible for a guy like me, but maybe not for someone with a working pair of opposable thumbs. What do you say? Okay.
Oh, hey! You want a Ben McFly? Mr. Tagfer is very still and very quiet. Like a dead thing in the hot green thing I think that came from. Jungle. He must be practicing. Mr. Tagfer? Wow, he's really good at that. Dead thing. Is Min a dead thing? Can my friends be dead things? Can I be a dead thing? Oh, Papa will bring her back. Papa can do that. Papa won't let us be dead things. Papa, bark, loves us. Yes, bark, bark. Mr. Fishanachi, he'd know. Papa's plan, he said. So, Take that one. Oh, no, that one. Or... What?
Now that you're here, Tenno, let's put you to work.
Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Just thinking.
Lloyd, when you... Ah, yes. Operator, correct? Drifter, perhaps? You'll find our merry band share that unconventional relationship with their appellations. I am Fibonacci. Papa's design has uplifted me to this little group. You, may have heard that one of our number was consigned to paradise before our return from the void. Min, Tagva's mate. Yes, most unfortunate. Too often it is the good and the young who forge our future, laying their lives upon progress's unfeeling anvil. Now, let us apply ourselves to the grand work at hand and deny our minds melancholy's frigid caress. To work! Gather the others. I have something to say to all of you. One struggles to fathom your priorities. Bloody biped. As you were.
Tenno, the Warframe Corvex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right, and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history, Lloyd.
Chosen operator. A friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours. I donate my wisdom on both tool and technique. Listen well. Tennokai, a fighting technique fusing void and bestial instinct. Raw power. While I have never used Tennokai, I understand it perfectly. Somewhat of a mind master. Enough so that lost materials pertaining to Tenukai have been stored just out of my reach in the sanctum. Tools. Papa was not one to rest. Use this segment to unlock more potential for your arsenal. The arcane was an art and science that Papa studied well. The convexity of my bowl a magnifying glass on his research, and now your gain. Install this segment, acquire melee arcanas, find Tenukai modules, and observe the results. A swift deletion of your foes.
Ordis has been counting stars, Operator. All accounted for.